Good day, collectors, viewers. Social Distance Warrior is back with video number 8. And today we're going to look at the one and only mean green guy, Greedo. Now, Greedo came out in A New Hope. Figure launched back in 1979. It was part of the 20-back Kenner series. And here he is in all of his glory in that original release. Again, you know, anything that was looking alien-like, I loved as a kid. I needed to have it, and Greedo's no exception. We know with his colors, it's kind of like almost like a turquoise blue-green boots, gloves, head, and then of course the nice green, you know, jumpsuit, flight suit, onesie, whatever you wanted to call it. That's what he's wearing. He comes with that, you know, a DL-44 blaster like Han Solo, like a lot of the figures came with at the time. He's there to be a menace in the cantina. Always wanted this figure as a kid. Again, any alien, him, Ponda Baba, Hammerhead, you know, anybody in that like Snaggletooth was definitely a standout to have as a kid. So he initially came out then. Of course, he was available through the entire original trilogy line. So Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. And then, of course, phased out as Star Wars lost popularity. And we wouldn't see him again till the line relaunched in Power of the Force 2. So Power of the Force 2 launched in 1996, and Greedo was part of towards the second end of that line. I'd say 1996, once we went to the green card back. And, you know, it was a nice refresh, you know, exciting look for the character. Definitely a lot more movie accurate than that original one. I have him on card here as well. So you can see I have him with a foil. I know he came with a foil without the foil. He may have came on orange back just towards the end of that line, but I have him on the green card. So a lot of things on these characters initially you can notice back in 1996/1997, circa that era, is everything went beefy. They tried to make everything muscular, including these, you know, initial start run of figures. And you can see like his legs, like look at those thighs. He looks like he's a runner instead of a bounty hunter. Nonetheless, he's got, you know, the chest sticks out. Now, not as obvious again as some of the figures did, but it's still there. It's relevant. His head's a little small, but the detail on it is fantastic. He definitely really looks, you know, movie accurate. You know, you can adjust that head any which way you want. He does have, you know, the ability to turn at the waist. Take that blaster out of his hand for a sec just to show you that. And of course, standard 5 points of articulation in that aspect as well. So that'd be the Greedo that we got, and we wouldn't get another one for, you know, at least a few more years. And then the next one that we were getting is with a Comtech line. So same thing after episode 1 finished. They also made a original trilogy line for the original trilogy characters like Han Solo, R2-D2, the Jawa, and of course Greedo as well being one of them. So Greedo came out this sculpt here in 1999, and that was a much better look at the character, much bigger head, much more accurate when it came to detailing. Now, that original figure from 99 had a lighter vest than this one does, and a slightly lighter skin tone as well. This is the updated one from 2002 that came with a Cantina bar section over here, just like the Ponda Baba did and the Hammerhead did. And he's got his blaster in his hand, and he's ready to blast Han, and it's pre-posed. And the nice thing here, you have, you know, the articulated knees so he can sit down as well in the Cantina, so he can, you know, go after Han Solo. And they added a nice little thing here with the vest being a separate piece. It adds a nice dimension. And if you move that vest up, I'm not sure how many of you even know this, if you have this figure or not, you move that vest up there, you can see he's got the blaster shot on his chest from when Han Solo shot him. So they added that in there, you know, just so you have that for play value. And the Han Solo that came in this wave, he also had the ability, you know, to cross his leg. Like he put his one leg up like he was sitting at the table, and you can reenact that whole scene. So that's the Greedo there. That's, you know, 1999, then re-released in 2002 in a nice darker vest sculpt, a little more screen accurate, and a weathering of the, you know, face color, that sort of thing. And that was like a perfect figure. And then they decided to make an ultimate version of Greedo, which will be the one we have here in the back on the original card back. And that's an '06 figure. So in 2006, they made Greedo again. This time they made the ultimate version of Greedo, and that'll be the one on the card back there, as well as the loose one I got over here. So this one here has got a cloth goods vest, which is really nice, and we can peek under there and see, no, they didn't add the blaster bolt. That came out, but that's okay. Now the vest is a little bit long. It'd be nice if it was a little bit shorter because it's kind of covering the holster a little too much, but nonetheless, very welcome. It's got, you know, joints, ball joints there at the shoulders, you know, at the elbows as well, and you can articulate the wrists. So you have that option with this guy to do a lot of poses. He can hold drinks, he can hold his blaster. He has a holster here on the side as well, so you can put the gun away when you're not using it. I'll show you that as well. Let's pull that out and put that guy in there. Just move that super long vest that gets in the way, and we can put that gun in there to show you how that works. So the gun can go into the holster there, and it's got, you know, it's a nice little belt buckle there, very similar to Han Solo's. He's got bendable knees as well, and he's got, you know, you can adjust his ankle as well. So you can do a lot with this figure here that you couldn't do previously. In my opinion, it's probably an ultimate sculpt. The only thing missing here is, you know, if this cloth goods was a little bit shorter, it doesn't have to be too short, but, you know, I'd say somewhere around here where it maybe just kind of grazes over the holster, the belt buckle, that would have been nice. But nonetheless, a perfect figure. The fingers, which have to be long, if you remember the movie, they're very, very long, and that's why he's got that pose, you know, for the gun, to have them very, very long in that regard too. So that's an awesome figure. So that's the last time we saw Greedo, which will be, you know, 2006, so roughly 14 years ago since we've seen Greedo show up. And then the only other Greedo I have to show you here will be my Black Series, which is 2013, this guy over here. Give him some love as well. A little more updated, again, with the Greedo. The coloring on the outfit's a little bit lighter. Green's it's like a very, very light opaque green, as opposed to the one that came in the vintage collection, was a little bit darker. I do like the color of the vest on the vintage collection one. I think the darker orange is more screen accurate than the lighter orange that they have on here. So that would be nice. I like the contrast of that. Like, I like this version for that reason. But this thing, you know, super articulated with the, you know, ball joints everywhere, even on the legs, on the shoulders, you know, everything's articulated on that Black Series one. You can basically move everything even. You can even move his wrists too. So you can do any kind of dynamic pose. I ordered this figure in the store peg warmed because the line hadn't taken off, and then they re-released him with Han Solo in that two-pack, and that kind of peg warmed as well. And now he's very, very hard to come by as the line's popular, and he goes for a pretty good $1. So he's definitely a nice addition to the line. It's definitely a popular character, one of the original characters. As soon as you see him, you know Star Wars. It definitely fits into Star Wars. And that's it for my review for Greedo. Please like and subscribe. See more videos, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys again.